Imagine if you could take a meal straight from Henry VIII's royal table and serve it up in your very own kitchen, exactly how it was back then. Well, that's what this channel's all about, forgotten ancient recipes. And today, we're heading back to the 14th century to cook a dish I guarantee you've never tasted. It comes straight from a fascinating collection of manuscripts known as Curye on Inglysch, which translates to basically cooking in English. So hop aboard this gastronomic time machine as we recreate a dish of sweet, sour spiced rabbit right here on Cooking Through Time. Did you know rabbits aren't actually native to Britain? They were introduced from what's now France, brought over by the Normans from their famous conquest of England in 1066. You know, the one where King Harold took an arrow to the eye at the Battle of Hastings. Back then, rabbit was considered cutting-edge foreign cuisine. And medieval Brits were eating things that we'd find shocking today, like beaver, which is part of the reason they went extinct eventually in the UK. And it wasn't just personal choice that shaped the medieval menu. The church held a huge influence over people's diets, even for the nobility. Up until the 15th century, it was forbidden for healthy adults to eat four-footed meat on 3 days of the week. That's why dishes made with rabbits, game, beaver and fish were so popular, especially to the tables of the upper classes. So, let's pour a glass of mead or wine and get cooking. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be doing is browning off the rabbit in this pan with some lard, some beef dripping. All the measurements are going to be in the description of this video, so don't worry about that just yet. So I've got some onions, a bit of ginger, some pepper, some wine, any red wine, some salt, some vinegar, red wine vinegar, currants. I just want to add, I've never cooked this recipe before. I'm literally using the cookbook as we go. Okay, while that's browning, the recipe says mix the vinegar with the wine, so that's what I'm going to do now. Just going to put the lid on because it's spitting. Okay, throw in the onions, give it a bit of a shake. And then we want to chuck in the wine and vinegar mix. Sugar, spices, so that's the ginger and pepper. And now the currants. Already it smells a bit unusual in a good way. Okay, let's get this in the oven for half an hour. It's 230 degrees. Etiquette. Before any meal in medieval times, everybody was expected to wash their hands, take their seats and say grace. And absolutely nobody touched a thing until the Lord of the Manor started. Let's commence the merriments! Meals were served in courses and your social rank decided what actually made it to your plate. The higher ranks might be offered one of 6 different dishes in the first course alone, while the junior ranks had to settle for maybe 2. Everyone drank ale and watered down wine, no matter what their status. And just like today, the most substantial food was eaten first, and the sweets came at the end, although game birds were a common ingredient in Old English desserts. I'm not eating that. And as for the boys at the lower tables, they'd often be given a chunk of cheese, maybe an apple, while they waited for the Lord to finish his meal. Take this cheese, boy! Oh, thank you, my lordship. Verily, this be a triumphant feast. The coney is most zesty and full of savour. The flesh doth fall from the bone with ease, and the sauce is so sharp and sour, doth stir the very juices of my mouth. Great praise and honour to the cook. After the feast, the Lord and his family would retire to the main parlour, where a minstrel or storyteller would entertain them with music and tales. But it wasn't just the nobility who enjoyed post-dinner amusements. The household staff would often have their own entertainer, like a conjurer, juggler, or somebody performing card tricks. And one of King Richard II's favourite pastimes was making his guests sing and dance, so if you were invited to his court, you'd better be ready to put on a show. Okay, here goes for the serious taste test now. This is the back. Good, very good. I like a lot of salt, so it needs a bit more salt for me, but that sauce is quite sharp, but the currants are sweet, so it gives a nice balance. Highly recommend cooking this. Fit for a king. You soak up that sauce with the bread. Thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Cooking Through Time. If you enjoyed the journey, click that subscribe button. Your support helps us create even better videos. Join me every week as we step into this culinary time machine together. Next week, we're heading into the Peaky Blinders territory, and I've got something extra special for you. I just can't wait. So thanks for watching Cooking Through Time, and I'll see you next week. And this zesty recipe does fit for a queen as well. Here, me wench, have some mead.